At the beginning of the movie, we are shown today is Halloween night, and the year is 1963. This story is of Haddonfield, Illinois town. Here we see a house and someone is going toward that house. We are seeing the movie from that point of view. He sees a couple in this house, and they both go upstairs to do a makeout. And after a while, the boy leaves here. After this, he takes the knife in his hands, then goes upstairs. Then he gets a mask and goes inside wearing the mask. And the same girl was sitting in front of him. Her name is Judith Margaret Myers, and she is the sister of Michael Myers. This boy is Michael. He kills Judith by stabbing her continuously. When he goes out, his parents also confront him. Now we can see his face. At this moment Michael is 6 years old, which means he has been a psychopath since childhood. For 15 years Michael is incarcerated at Smith's Grove Sanitarium, during which time he never speaks a word. After this the scene shifts on October 30th, 1978. And here Dr. Samuel Loomis and Marion are going to meet Michael. Dr. Loomis says that Michael has not spoken a word for the last 15 years. But Marion was not taking them seriously. Both of them are going to take Michael to court today. When they reach the sanitarium and observe all the patients roaming outside, Dr. Loomis gets out of the car and goes to see them. But someone attacks Marion and forces her to get out of the car. Then he takes the car and drives away. You got it right, it was Michael. But the thing to notice is that when he was put in the sanitarium at the age of 6, who taught to drive a car? But the answer has not given to us in the whole movie. Yes, it is a mistake. After this, we look at Haddonfield town, and today is Halloween. Laurie's father tells her to keep the keys to the house outside Michael's house. He is going to sell that house because he is a realtor. Laurie continues to college and meets Tommy on the way. Listening to their talk, we would have understood that today Laurie is going to do Tommy's babysitting. After this, she keeps the key outside Michael's house. But the thing to panic about is that Michael is standing inside the house. This means he has run away and come back to his town. Meanwhile, Dr. Loomis also leaves for Haddonfield, because they think that Michael must have gone to his house. Then we see Laurie sitting in her class. Then she looks outside and glimpses Michael. Her teacher starts questioning her. When she looked back after answering, Michael was gone. After this, we see Tommy, whom some children are intimidated by the name Boogeyman, because today is Halloween. Well, Michael is following him too, so there is something to be afraid of. After school, Laurie was on her way home with her friends Annie and Linda, and Michael's still stalking her. Then Annie abuses him and Michael stops the car. But then after a while, he starts the car back and goes. This frightened the three of them. Then Linda goes to her house. Now on the way, Laurie sees Michael again, and she tells Annie about it. But before she could check, he had left from here. Then Laurie goes to her house and sees that Michael is still stalking her. By the way, Annabelle is also kept at her house. After this she gets a call. She picks up, but there was no one on the call. Then she gets a call back from Annie. On the call she is calling her for babysitting. Then in the evening, both of them leave. Here Michael is also going after them. I have not seen a bigger stalker than this. After this, we see Dr. Loomis has arrived in Haddonfield town. And after coming to the sanitarium, they learn that Michael stole the gravestone of his sister Judith. Annie meets her dad, Sheriff Lee Brackett, on the way. Actually, the store has been stolen. Someone has stolen things like a mask and knife. And as we know, he would be Michael. Then both of them leave on their way. Then here comes Dr. Loomis, and Michael drives right behind him with his car. Now Laurie and Annie reach their destination. Laurie was babysitting Tommy and Annie Lindsay. In the next scene, Loomis goes with Sheriff to Michael's house where he finds a dead dog, which Michael killed and ate. Seeing this, they get an idea of his strength and savagery. The sheriff then sets out to find Michael, and Dr. Loomis waits here and waits for him. But Michael is standing outside Lindsay's house and he is stalking Annie. When Lindsay's dog disturbs him, he kills him first. Here Annie spills butter on her clothes and it ruins her clothes. So she goes to the bathroom to wash them. And Michael also comes here following her. He locks the gate, and now Annie is trapped inside. She calls out to Lindsay, but she is busy watching TV. Then Annie tries to exit through the window. On the other hand, Lindsay gets a call from Annie's boyfriend Paul. Actually, Annie called him to Lindsay's house today. Paul asks Lindsay to call Annie. When Lindsay went and looked, Annie was stuck in the window. She helps her out, and then Annie starts talking to Paul. Michael was still stalking it. Annie then takes Lindsay to Tommy's house so that she and Paul can spend some personal time. Here Tommy and Laurie were watching the movie The Thing. Annie brings Lindsay and explains the whole situation to Laurie. She says if you take care of Lindsay, I will get Ben to talk to you tomorrow morning. Actually, he was Laurie's crush, so that's why she accepts the deal. Then Annie was going to pick up Paul, but she forgot the keys to the car. After this, she comes back with the keys and opens the door. But she did not use keys for this. Earlier when she did not have the keys, the door did not open. Then when she brought the keys, she did not use them to open the door. This is also a small mistake in the movie, but it was a very common thing in the time of 70s. Now he was feeling something strange sitting in the car and would feel why not. Because behind her the biggest stalker in horror history was the boogeyman Michael Myers was sitting. Now he stabs Annie and kills her. Tommy sees Michael when he is taking Annie inside. He tells Laurie about this, but she doesn't believe his words. After this, Dr. Loomis tells Sheriff how deadly Michael can be. The sheriff doesn't take his words seriously but agrees to find Michael with him tonight. Linda comes to Lindsay's house with her boyfriend Bob, but no one was there. Linda calls Laurie to ask about Annie. She tells Annie has gone to pick up Paul. Now they start getting intimate, unaware that Michael was with them. Then Bob goes to get a beer for Linda, where he observes the back gate open. Now he thinks that Annie and Paul had also come, and going to prank them in the guise of Halloween night. He starts looking for them, but by mistake he finds Michael. If Michael has seen it, then he will not survive. Michael goes to Linda after putting Bob in place. Because of the clothes, Linda thought it was Bob and was doing pranks on her. But he remained standing like this for a long time. Then she calls Laurie, and then Michael strangles her and kills her. And Laurie hears Linda's voice on call, but she thinks it's Annie's prank. But not being sure, she goes to check. Here Dr. Loomis finds Michael's car and also confirms that this is where Michael is. When she came to check, the door was locked. But because the back gate is open, she comes inside. Now Laurie goes upstairs to check and finds Linda's dead body. And Judith Meyer's gravestone was placed on top of it. After this, she finds the dead bodies of Bob and Annie in turn in the same room. This makes her very tense. She was crying outside, and then Michael comes out of the darkness. This is the most iconic scene in the Halloween series. Then Michael stabs, but his target was not good. But fearing this, Laurie falls down. Then she was about to run away from the back gate after locking the kitchen door. But Michael blocked the gate from outside. Then he breaks the gate and comes inside. Meantime, Laurie also breaks the gate and runs away from there. Then she goes in front of the house asking for help. But they ignore it because it was Halloween night. According to them, Laurie is doing a prank on them. Then she goes to Tommy's house but accidentally dropped the keys somewhere. Then shouts Tommy to open the gate. And in time she goes inside. Then she asks Tommy to go upstairs. Then we see Michael come inside and attack Laurie. His target was very poor this time too. But Laurie thrusts a needle into his neck. Then comes up and tells the kids that she killed the boogeyman. But Michael comes again. Now she locks the kids and goes and hides in the closet. Michael was about to break into the closet and attack her. Then Laurie attacks him with a coat hanger, so that Michael's knife falls. Then she picks up his knife and attacks Michael again. Looks like Michael is dead. Then Laurie opens the gate and takes the kids out and tells them both to go outside and ask for help. Then Dr. Loomis sees them and starts going inside the house. Here Laurie was nervous, and then Michael gets up. Then he attacks Laurie, but this time Laurie removes his mask. Then we can see Michael's face. Dr. Loomis comes up and then shoots Michael 6 times in a row. This causes Michael to fall down, and when Dr. Loomis checks, there was no one there. It cannot be a human being. Now we know that he will definitely come back for revenge. So after watching this movie, you must have understood that Michael neither speaks nor runs.